Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm making sure that my tripod is not moving. It is very foggy outside, which is making the light not so great in this video. So a very foggy day. Hunter says hi. You want to wave hi?
Hi.
Show him your stuffies.
I've got these two a long time ago.
Foxy and Brownie, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day video. I love filming these. It helps me stay motivated and it helps me stay like on track with obviously my eating and stuff like that. Being honest with you guys on like what I'm eating with my weight loss journey. If you have not seen my recent weigh-in, I am down 14.4 pounds in 7 weeks. Very, very proud of that. Probably could have lost a little bit more. But I had a few weeks where I was going through an endometriosis flare. If you are new here, I do have endometriosis, and PCOS. But I'm finding ways to kind of cope with that, learning to live with that, and learning to listen to my body when I need rest and things like that. Anyway, starting off my morning with a iced coffee, and I'm gonna have this for breakfast. I know I always show you guys a protein bar in the morning. It's just very, very easy to grab and go because I try to get my workout done in the morning because that's when I like to work out. This right here is the Bearbell Wild Cherry, the new Wild Cherry Bearbell, and it is absolutely delicious. And I always make a protein coffee. This, pretty sure, is 5 points. I will leave the points on the screen, but I do not track my coffee that I make. But it's always a protein coffee. I'm gonna go in with the Skinny Mix salted caramel, and I like to just drizzle that around the ends. And I always use this cup because it is one that will keep my iced coffee cold and not melted. I'm gonna put some ice in here and be right back. So this right here is one of my new favorites. It is the Dunkin' Cold Brew S'mores. And I add like that much in there. I can't tell you how much that is, but it's not that much. And then these right here, I definitely prefer over like Premier Protein or anything. This is a Cafe Caramel Iced Coffee Protein Shake from Atkins. And it is, let me show you guys. There you go. It is 15 grams of protein. It is so good. And then I just pour this in here till it gets somewhat close to the top, which always leaves just a little bit left because I do like to go in with some vanilla caramel creamer, and I only do probably 2 tablespoons. So definitely getting a lot of protein in. Well, about 15 grams of protein in the iced coffee. Definitely by far my favorite iced coffee that I've ever made. So that combo is awesome. And I guess I do still have like up to here left on here. So I would say I'm getting at least 13 grams of protein in this coffee. Okay, I do want to say that I am taking vitamin D now. I wasn't taking any supplements before because my cardiologist told me not to. I do have high blood pressure, but my primary care doctor did tell me to start taking some vitamin D even. I wasn't deficient in it, but I wasn't like, I didn't have high amounts of it, I guess, like, if that makes sense. So she said I could always use a bit more. So I try to take it every day, and I really do feel like it's helped with some of my exhaustion, and it's helped my mood a bit. I wanted to show you guys what this protein bar looked like. You got that like cherry layer on top. A lot of people were wondering if it tastes like cherry medicine, because sometimes things like that, you know, cherry flavored, grape flavored, berry flavored stuff can taste like medicine, and this does not. This doesn't at all. It is so good. Highly recommend these. Anyway, I'm gonna drop this adorable boy back here off at my sister Emily's house for a play date, and I'm gonna go work out, and then I'm gonna come back and watch her kids while she goes works out. So it's been really fun because, like I mentioned in my last video, she's going to the same gym I'm going to now, so we get to see each other more. Hunter gets to hang out with his cousins more.
And I get to swim with them.
And he gets to swim with them, and he gets swimming in, which is one of his favorite things to do. Is one of my favorite things to do as a child. Now I can't really do it much because it hurts my ear. When the water gets in my ears, it hurts my ears. But I need to get some like earplugs or whatever.
I don't even have to close my nose whenever I swim.
Yeah, you do pretty good. All right, I will see you guys for lunchtime. All right, guys, I had a really, really great workout and actually got ready for the day, but I made it to my sister's house, and I'm gonna watch the kids while she goes and works out. So I'm gonna show y'all what I have for lunch, and most likely do a voiceover because they're running around screaming, and I don't want it to be too loud for you guys. So let's get into it. I'm making something super yummy for dinner, and I'm very excited to share with you guys. It's actually a new recipe, so stay tuned for that. All right, I needed a little pick-me-up, so I had a cherry twist Alani. I just got this little koozie, whatever you call it, to keep it cold, and it definitely works, which is so awesome. I got that for pretty cheap off of Amazon. I had some leftover eggs and potatoes from the day before. I did 1 tablespoon of ketchup, which is the reason why this is 1 point. And then I had some ginormous blueberries and some strawberries, and this was pretty filling, and it was delicious. I think it's kind of something that you guys constantly see on my channel here, but it is kind of a staple, the eggs and the potatoes, because it's 0 points, which is absolutely awesome, as well as the fruit. And I'm doing a little mukbang style type. I asked in my recent video if you guys like watching people eat, and I think I got 2 of y'all who said yes. So shout out to Amber. This is for you, since you said you like watching people eat. So that little clip was just for you. Love you, girl. All right, trying to get good lighting, but it is the evening time. Made it home, had a great day at my sister's. Also, I know my contour is a little crazy. Like I said before, my gym, the lighting is not the best. So I realized that I do a little too much contour on my forehead. But anyway, we are home. I haven't eaten anything since lunch, and I'm really not too hungry yet. Like I said in my previous video as well, sometimes my appetite is just like non-existent, and then sometimes it's like really existent. So I have the delicious taco soup. My house smelled so good when I walked in here, and the chicken shredded. Thank you to my man for doing that, because for some reason it always grosses me out. But I want to share with you guys what I added. So I did add a big can of tomato sauce, and then I just roasted some potatoes, which is 0 points on Weight Watchers. I just roasted some in the air fryer and added 1 more can of corn. So I'm going to let this sit probably for another half hour, and then I'm going to have a delicious bowl of it. I still have a good amount of points left for today. Also, I'm going to share with you the seasoning that I used. That I added a little bit of this to the Kinder's carne asada. I added a little bit of this to the soup, as well as on top of the roasted potatoes. So I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit. I'm going to continue to hydrate. That's one thing that I need to do better at, is drinking my water. This is almost gone, and I've only had 1 of these today, so I definitely need to drink another one. And I do have quite a bit of points left for today, and I'm happy about that, because I do want to add some toppings to this soup. Like I have some avocados I got to use, some sour cream, and some chips, and then probably like a pretty small dessert. So not too much new things to share with you guys on this what I eat in a day video, but I still like to film them even if I'm having some of the same things, because sometimes we find staples that like in our life or what we eat and stuff that we want to continue to have, that we really like. So I will see what I have, but I definitely want to have like a little treat after dinner for dessert. So we'll see what that is, but I will see you guys when I have some dinner, and I'll show you guys how I like prepare it. All right, how I made this taco soup. I mean, you can kind of call it chili because it's kind of what it sort of came out to be. I used chicken breast, and you definitely don't need to use this much. I kind of learned that because it's kind of overpowered by chicken and made it very, very thick, which is totally fine, but you don't need as much. I used half of these diced white onions, and then I went in with a can of corn, some pinto beans. The pinto beans I don't show putting in because I put them in at the last minute because they do become quite mushy. And you can kind of just like make this recipe however you want. That's pretty much what I did. I got somewhat of the idea off of Pinterest, but then I just added my own seasonings and things like that in there. But these diced potatoes that I got, like the fire roasted ones, are so bomb, and I got that from King Soopers. I have made chili with the fire roasted ones from Trader Joe's, and it was just absolutely delicious. So I just used a can of that. Then I went in with the Kettle and Fire bone broth, and all of this, like this soup came out to be 0 points with how many portions I got out of it, because it would have a few points in it if the portions were, you know, if I didn't get as many portions, I guess you could say, out of it. So just like keep that in mind. You have to be mindful of like what you add and how many portions you get out of it. But I did use the dashed salt-free taco seasoning, trying to not to have as much salt. And then I did go in with a pack of the ranch seasoning as well, and then just mix it up. And I put it on high for probably 6 to 7 hours. And then as you saw in the previous clip, I added some potatoes and tomato sauce in there and let it sit for just a bit longer. Alrighty, so I'm gonna have a bowl of this, probably about that much, which looks like a lot, but I have not eaten enough today. So let me share with you guys what I'm going to put on top of this. All right, I'm going to go in with half of an avocado. Just squeeze that on top. All right, I went in with half of an avocado. Now I'm going to go in with some fat-free, mild cheddar. And I eyeball it, but usually about this much, and that's around half a cup. And then I like to go in with the light sour cream, do a squeeze, which I would say is probably about a tablespoon, but probably a little bit more, but we're just going to do that. And then, so for 28 grams for one serving of these chips, it's 1 point. Thank you to my sister Lacey for recommending these. But I do weigh out it on my scale, and then I'm just going to like crush this up and then just put it over the top. And that is my bowl of taco soup. And I am sure this is going to be super filling. All right, time to make my dessert. Very excited. This is something I have saved on my Pinterest for the longest time, and I want to try it out. So I'm going to go in with the chocolate rice cake. These are 2 points for one rice cake. There are tons of, well, not tons. There's like 4 or 5 flavors of rice cakes, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna go in with the chocolate, and it is so good. Again, sorry for the lighting. Cool. I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of the marshmallow cream. the whole rice cake. I'm going to go in with some Lily's semi-sweet chocolate chips. Okay, I'm going to go in with, I'm pretty sure there's 17 here. I did it to where there's only, it's going to make it only 1 point for these instead of 2 points. Just put that around there. Then I'm going to go in with the little piece of a cinnamon graham cracker, which is not going to be any points because it's just a little bit. And I'm going to crush that over the top of there. Then I'm going to go in with a drizzle of Hershey syrup, 0 sugar. And do that. Look how good this looks. A s'mores rice cake. It is definitely time for me to wipe my makeup off and stuff, but I want to try this out because this is the first time I've ever made it. Let's do a little taste test. I had a feeling this is going to hit the spot. So I'm going to end this video here, but I wanted to show you what my daily points that I used are right here. What points that I earned, like what my activity points and things like that. And what, like how many weeklies I earned, I guess you could say. But today was a really, really good day. And I know sometimes my eating and stuff can be sporadic. And it kind of looks like maybe I should be eating more, but I'm doing my best and eating when I'm hungry. Sometimes I have to make myself eat even though when I'm not hungry because I know I hadn't eaten enough for a day. So just remember, it's only going to benefit you by being in a caloric deficit for losing weight, but not eating enough is going to hinder, I guess they say, your weight loss. It's not going to help your weight loss whatsoever if you are not eating enough throughout the day. So that is just my personal experience, and I'm pretty sure there's science behind that as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure you subscribe, like, and comment. I will be posting so much more throughout the week. I'm so excited. I'm really trying to stay as consistent as possible. Hunter wants to tell you something?
Yeah, 1 sec. Oh, and also to subscribe. Bye.
He said also subscribe. Bye. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.